Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to the final game of the night for the Rocketz League semifinals. This will decide who goes on to face CMB in the grand final and who will play the third place match up against oh my gosh, Isris. Yep, CMB slash Swag and Tiger are waiting for them in the upper bracket match, or the only bracket match, of course. And of course, we've got game number 3 coming up right now. Sorry, it's the 6th game of the day, and one of those games was a 2-hour pause fest. I'm exhausted. But again, thank you guys for coming out tonight. Leshrac, Shadow Demon, being picked up for KStars, so looking to really fight this. I want to say they were the ones that picked it up before. We have seen a Leshrac pretty recently here in the league. Anyways, Wraith King picked up for the House is Down. There is no Void banned out here. Leposa did not do too hot on the Void at the same time, though, last match. So neither team may be afraid of it because they both kind of feel like they can't play it.
Reserve time.
But at the same time, they aren't up for that. It looks like. And it looks like it will be a puck coming out for the House is Down. We're going to get to see Yuka's puck, which is a very talented puck indeed. Hero who's not that great against Razor, and I think that's one of the reasons he's fallen off in the metagame a bit.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Seeing as Razor is kind of the metagame right now, him and Void, who we actually haven't even seen picked or banned here. Of course, tomorrow afternoon, I'll be joined by Renessa Dota, hopefully, for our final
Dire team ban.
And our third place match. Should be exciting. That's supposed to start at 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll keep you guys updated through Twitter if that's not the case. THD, or Keyed, excuse me, are going to have the Invoker banned out against them right now.
10 seconds remaining.
Looks like we got just about 10 seconds till the House is Down. Just dip into their reserve time. Keyed with a lot of their reserve time left, actually. Yeah, will be a Tidehunter ban out there. Tabo played amazingly on the Tidehunter last game. Now he'll probably be taking up the Centaur Warrunner instead. Although he does play a pretty good Centaur as well. It's a very teamfight oriented lineup from Keyed. It's greedy in terms of they don't have a lot of hard support. Shadow Demon wants to have a Force Staff so that he doesn't feed. Leshrac wants to have a Bloodstone so he can keep popping off that ulti. It's not going to be a carry Lesh this game.
10 seconds remaining.
Like it usually is here. Which is one of the only ways we've really seen it. However, they do have a really good combo. I mean, Shadow Demon Disruption into Razor Drain and Leshrac Stomp.
Reserve time.
Can be pretty ugly.
10 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut.
And a Juggernaut actually coming out for the House is Down. They're on the ropes right now, and they're not making any troll picks at this point. I honestly don't think. It's not like they're throwing the game or anything now. So Leposa going to be up on that. Probably a little more comfortable than he is on the Faceless Void. We did see him looking pretty uncomfortable last game. Of course, big shout out to all of you guys in chat. As well. Read a crazy statistic in the break. A ninth of all the Dota games ever played were played in the past 2 months. This game is getting huge, guys, and it's growing so fast it's not even funny.
Prepare for battle.
That means more Dota to watch, more Dota to play, more for everybody. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the game. Of course, I'm SP Revolution 5, joining you for the final time this evening. I will probably be streaming something late tonight. Don't know what. Don't know if I will be, even. So, make sure you hit that follow button before you head on out, guys. Let's go ahead and introduce our teams here. As actually, we may see a first blood attempt. Hold on now. K3. A little bit out there. Guy going ahead and moving forward.
30 seconds.
And
to
he
battle.
is spotted out by KStars, but I don't know if they want to keep engaging here. It is a 5-man rotation up top right now. Looks like Bardo and Zai are moving into an aggressive trialing. Bardo on the Shadow Demon. You got Zai on the Leshrac. K3 will be on your Razor as the aggressive trialing core here. And actually, it looks like they're going ahead and getting rid of a lot of the jungle.
The battle begins.
Or at least want to. A little confused about that. We've got Sky on the Brewmaster as well. And then on the bot lane, Tavo will be on your offlane Centaur Warrunner. On the other side of the river, we have Vestius on the Skywrath Mage. Guy will be on the Wraith King, I believe, as a support here. And a double DC from KStars right now. We've got Jublu on the Nature's Prophet, a hero he played excellently game number 1. Leposa will be here on your Juggernaut. And you've got Yuka on the Puck in the mid lane. Yeah, and I see Rupture pointing out in chat, Soulcatcher plus Double Edge. Will be a pretty big deal as well. We have one reconnection right now, still waiting on the other, and here he comes. Hopefully this won't be another game of pause. Seeing as that was a really fun match to cast this afternoon. It was just all pauses all day. I'll try to just end the whole cast right there. Anyways, we do have Leposa up in the safe lane. Looks like he's going ahead and rotating out, though. Starting off with boots first. And may actually rotate in mid right now. This is a very interesting move. Generally, the safe lane carry is not one to go and gank, seeing as he needs to get farmed. There will be a slow out onto Tavo. The concussive shot, of course, going to connect. Tavo went ahead and got up early point in return. Knowing you're against an aggressive trialing with 2 ranged heroes is going to make return a bit of something to deal with. And Leposa is just standing over here. I don't know what he's doing. This is not a good sign, though, for THD. They're not getting anything. He may just be trying to drive these supports insane. Like, okay, we're protecting our carry. Protecting our carry from what, exactly? Of course, Leposa, with that free BKB, will be able to do a lot. He's going to go ahead and pull right now, and they're going to spot him out at this point. They're looking for blood. They really want something here. I'm going to try to go ahead and pull the creep wave back over. They don't even want to block this pull camp because they want to get that XP. Well, a 2-man rotation in from THD. Actually, a 3-man. The whole tri-lane rotating. And SCY going ahead and getting taken down for first blood by Guy. I'm beginning to think this may be just a 5-man strat from THD.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It could easily be that. They've picked some heroes who are very good and not all that level dependent. Juggernaut is quite a bit, but they're rotating around extremely early here. Maybe not a 5-man strat, but a very early aggression strat where they want to group up very early. Whereas KStars definitely need some room for Razor to get some larger items up. Centaur to get his Blink, as well as Brewmaster to get his, and Left Rocket Shadow Demon to get, well, something. May not know exactly what at the moment, but Napo's going to get his damage drained right now. BKB won't help him here. And we are going to see a quick pause out from Guy. Juggernaut actually has a whopping 1 last hit at the moment, and Razor has 15. I mean, I'm glad he went boots first in this situation, but I don't see how that's really going to help. Looks like Guy's just going to apologize, give him the G. And they are good to go whenever they're ready.
Missing bottom.
Hopefully we'll at least see a GG coming out from KStars right now.
Denied.
Razor going ahead and picking up those phase boots. Same with Nature's Prophet, though. Nature's Prophet being the only one really farming that well. Him and Yuka doing okay. It looks like Yuka does have a bottle up, but actually no boots just yet. Sitting on about 350 gold. Isn't going to be able to find a rune. We'll be able to use this orb to clean up some CS here as well. Juggernaut, knowing that he's not getting too much out of this lane anyway, he's going to go ahead and skill up that healing ward. He's actually 2 levels behind Razor at this point. Razor with 11 denies and Juggernaut with just 3 last hits. It is not looking good. I farm better than this, to put it in perspective.
Denied.
Even when I barely farm at all, I farm better than this. KT will get slowed down. Zai is waiting here in the trees, though. We're going to see him throw a plasma field out to try and harass here. There was a D ward out from the Dire as well. Actually, 2 D wards up there. And actually, a disruption from Shadow Demon. Going to go after Zhublu, which will just take a path through the woods. Almost went in to deny himself to neutrals there if needed, but didn't actually need to. He's actually going to be forced to TP up here, trying to take out K3. Has a sprout available, but isn't really going to be able to get it off in the meantime.
Warriors of the wood.
Puck going ahead and picking up a smoke, of all things. Has got his brown boots up, though, and is kind of hogging the courier at the moment, but wants to get something done with it. Now that he's got that coil up, and he's going to grab a smoke and look to make a gank happen very early on here. Helping out these supports who are very poor. And Juggernaut beginning to catch up in terms of CS. He's actually starting to get some creeps under his belt right now, with these 2 supports coming up and actually helping him out a bit.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just trying to farm up. I'm interested to see what he's going to go for. I would expect an Aghanim Scepter right off the bat. Not moving the courier just yet, though, so may have another plan in mind. There's going to be a glyph out on the dire structures. Nature's getting the deny. A coil off from Puck onto, and a charge in from Bardo as well. A nice defensive disruption onto Razor, and it will actually help to take down Puck. It's 1-1 now. And KStars with some sort of gibberish in the chat. I'm assuming that's not Portuguese. I'm assuming he's just giggling.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know, because I don't speak Portuguese. I try. I'm gonna see if that translates to anything.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It could maybe mean data if it was a typo, but that doesn't make any sense at the same time. Anyways, have some items coming up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're going ahead and getting caught out here. They're trying to create some space for the Juggernaut to farm. And actually, a Sprout going to come out. K3 is going to get taken down here. He tried to TP away, but isn't going to be able to do so. Juggernaut, meanwhile, beginning to push this tower in some 1,800 gold up on him. And this is where I'm starting to get a little concerned. What is he building? Is this a Blink Dagger Jug? Actually, something is up on the courier. It's going to be a Hand of Midas and a... For his position, actually a relatively well-timed Hand of Midas. But this throws everything I've conceived about THD's lineup out the window. They're not looking to go aggressive. They're looking to go late game right now. And I don't know that they have what it takes unless they've got some big tricks up their sleeve. Opposing needs about 3 or 4 more CS to get this Midas. Tabo threatening a stomp with every motion towards him right now. He is 75 gold away right now. They will go ahead and ping out Tabo. Puck coming up with the Invis Rune. Still has the smoke available as well. Actually have a coil available as well. They will be keeping Tabo in here. He's trying to run, but there's nowhere to run when you're coiled up. Puck actually able to dodge it and still get golden XP for the kill. Very nicely done there. And that's going to be Juggernaut's Midas complete. He's going to be moving into the woods now to make sure he gets the most experience he can out of that. He needs to use this at every possible moment
Radiant's middle tower
in order to secure his farm in there. Vestius going to get taken down right now. We will see Razor with the Plasma Field, and Guy getting drained up, but is going to TP out. Skywrath falling as well, though. That's 2-4 now. THD in the lead, but quite a bit behind in terms of farm. In fact, if we take a look at our net worth graph, we're going to see they're only barely ahead in terms of that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And net worth as a whole, actually Juggernaut is in the lead. Surprisingly enough. I'm a little confused about that, but Lushrak has the Diabolic Edict. Actually isn't going for any Lightning Storm just yet. That has been known to push the lanes, so that could be part of the reason. But it also slows people down and lines up your stun a little better. And Centaur Warrunner coming out with the pause right now. And still wondering why we are paused. Don't have anyone disconnecting. It's a bracone. I don't know. I don't speak Portuguese, so sometimes I wonder why they speak Portuguese when they know that both the casters speak English and only one speaks Portuguese. All the players pretty much speak English, but I digress. Anyways, they are going to go right now. KStars, I'm assuming having some lag We had some serious lag issues earlier in the day here. And there actually will be a bracer coming out to Leshrac at the moment. Shadow Demon gonna be picking up an urn, I believe. Or nope, just some wards and a TP. So surprisingly enough, THD, even with this Midas up on Jug, is doing just fine for themselves, it looks like. Nature's Prophet as well. Not going for the Midas, going for kind of the Zhublu build, where he goes for that Orchid first. And up against someone like Leshrac, someone like Brewmaster, that can be a very powerful build. Vestius is going to get away here just barely with his life. Juggernaut, trying to survive, does have a healing ward up to regen a bit. But now has Brewmaster in the lane, who does have a split. Doesn't have any Drunken Haze points, but of course that wouldn't stop Jug much, seeing as I'm pretty sure he can purge that off with Blade Fury pretty quickly. And also dish out a lot of damage without needing to have accuracy. The mischance not affecting him nearly as much.
Radiant structures are fortified.
We're going to see them begin to push bot. The structures actually get fortified quite early. Yuka getting caught out by a stomp. He is going to be able to orb away. Doesn't have much on terms of a blink and is going to end up falling here. They get a disruption out onto Zhublu. He does manage to run away though with those phase boots, but lots of damage coming out from Leshrac. It could be his end. He's going to try to turn on Bardo, but it won't be quite enough. And that level 1 Leshrac ulti, which most people won't even get until level 10, level 11, will be a problem as well. Sorry about that, guys. Do have an urn up for Shadow Demon, a mana boot up for Leshrac. It's being teased a bit by Nature's Prophet. Looks like Nature's is going to be going after these ancient creeps right now. Of course, Tavo last game, we talked about how he wasn't really able to stack ancients. Turns out he didn't really need to in the meantime.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Sky going ahead and blinking again on these creeps here. I thought he was going to try to go after Guy, but didn't quite have the range to do so. Guy, it looks like he's working on some power treads or maybe a Necronomicon very early on. Very ambitious of him if he's doing that. Centaur now with the Blink Dagger up. 12 minutes in, a little behind, and what is Tavo's pinging for a TP? And he gets showered in the TPs of his teammates here. Both supports throwing some love out to the good old Tavo. In the meantime, the bot tower does fall. Juggernaut's healing ward able to help this creep wave and enormous wave of Nature's Prophet Trance to push in. And Wraith King actually, unfortunately, ends up falling top. Does buy out those power shreds, though, before he dies. And I'm a little confused as to why he's there. And actually, Zhublu managing to pick off the courier. No gold on it at the moment, but
Dire's top tower
Brewmaster now with some power treads up. Actually, not a normal pickup for him. Usually you see Brewmaster just kind of go with Brown Boost for a while, seeing as they obviously don't give him any benefit in his ultimate, and if he needs to escape, he's probably going to pop that ultimate. So, Puck now with the Blink Dagger up. About 14 minutes, not a great position for him to be in, but Juggernaut doing pretty well for himself as well. He'll be picking up a drum right now. And I still feel like, though he has the net worth advantage, his items aren't really going to pan out that well against this team. Drum will give you a little bit, but he still needs more space than the Radiant team is willing to give him or his allies, as actually we see Nature's Prophet get picked off by K3 down here. They use a split for that, but definitely worth it to keep these heroes down. That is a second Oblivion staff done for him. About 700 gold to go at the moment. Actually, Wraith King getting taken down by Tavo. still doesn't have his
Dire's
ultimate up.
middle tower
Trying
is
to
under
sustain
attack.
here in the jungle for a bit. Has actually got a point in his attributes instead of a point into the crit or anything.
Radiant's top tower is
We're actually
under
going to see a
attack.
silence in there, but they jump in on Skywrath before I can even blink. He's dead. And it's not looking great for THD here. It looks like KStars may be moving on to the grand final. 2 bracers up for Leshrac at the
Radiant's
moment.
top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower.
Oh,
is
charge
under
out from
attack.
Centaur. Trying to save them from Puck, but the coil will still snap. Does a bit of damage. Leposa gets hit by a Shadow Poison, but it's not going to do too much, as I believe that's just level 1. A lot of split push coming out for THD, though. They're trying to get their net worth back up a bit. I'm just concerned with what Juggernaut's building. I'm hoping he's going to go Ags next. They need a bit of teamfight presence. And although most of their teamfight is magic damage at the moment, the physical damage boost from an Ags would help them out a bit. It's going to be able to cut down Centaur and Leshrac relatively quickly as they begin to tank up even more. Centaur actually going for that Force Staff, so the mobility build coming out for him. Razor has his mech up. Not too much else, actually. And actually falling a little bit behind in farm. Of course, Juggernaut managing to stay ahead of him with the Midas, but probably going to see K3 either go for a Scepter or BKB. Wouldn't be surprised to see the BKB when he's up against Skywrath,
Dire's
but
middle tower is under attack.
we actually are going to see Sky go ahead and blink in here on Yuka. A creep getting silenced there, but Sky actually taking the blunt end of a Skywrath Mage ulti. And not in a great
Dire's
spot.
middle tower
He will
is
be able
under
to get
attack.
earned up, though. Also has an Ogre Club magic stick in a
Radiant's
bottle,
bottom
as well as
tower
Razor's
is
mech
under
to help him regen pretty quickly here. And they will be able to get this tower. There's nothing Guy can do, seeing as he's
middle
still
tower
level
has
5.
fallen.
17 minutes into the game. This is what's very devastating for THD. The rest of their team may be doing okay, but the Wraith King is definitely not. And Jublu
Radiant's bottom tower is
going to
under
get taken
attack.
down here. 400 from his Orchid right now, but not doing too hot. And KStars looking very dominant at the moment. So they're trying to chase down Yuka right now. He does have his blink up. He's going to try to phase shift, but it's not quite enough. He gets disrupted and killed by Tavo in the end. Guy just trying to survive here, trying to leech some XP. He's 44 experience from his level 6. It's 18 minutes in now, and it's not really great. THD not looking too solid right now. And they were my personal favorite coming into this series. We do have Juggernaut, though, with that point booster up. I'm still concerned with the Midas pickup.
Dire's
It
bottom
doesn't
tower
seem like
is
it's a
under
great
attack.
decision for him at the moment. Guy has at least hit level 6 right now. And thank God for it, because it's day late $1 short, possibly, at this point. We do see K3 going ahead, TPing up to defend that top lane. They've only lost 1 tower, and they've been able to take 5 from THD. And Yuka gonna be able to blink away very nicely under that Centaur stomp. We do have Bardo getting caught out here. This could be a kill for Guy and Leposa. Because Jubilee's gonna come in here. They will stun him. No TP away from him. He does have a Centaur charge, it looks like. And actually, he's going to go ahead and get taken down by Puck. Sorry, my headphones accidentally yanked him out of my speakers. Sky getting stunned up. And silenced up. Doesn't have enough mana for a split just yet until he pops that magic wand. Is still silenced by Nature's Prophet though. Tavo gonna get taken down by the Posa. That's a nice chunk of gold for him. And it looks like the Brew will be going down as well. This is a pretty big turnaround for THD. Weren't looking so well at this point. Brew not going for the Axe, instead going for a BKB.
Dire's top tower.
K3 and Zai trying to move up here. Zai working on either a Scepter or a Bloodstone at this point. I'd actually like to see him go for a Bloodstone. Simply because that would help him tank up against this Juggernaut ult and the rest of the damage. They will be able to take a Roche off this, but they lose their final outer tower. And, since things are not looking too great, we're going to see Juggernaut pick up the Aegis, which is pretty much expected at this point. He's actually only 400 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter, which is going to help him out a ton at this point in the game. It's going to be a Magic Wand and a Robe of the Magi coming out for Guy. He's going to be building that into a Blade Mail, I suspect, because I don't see any reason to build a second drum. Tavo cleaning up some trees as well here. We're going to see a TP out from Yuka on the bot lane, who hasn't been able to make much gold since he's picked up the Splink Dagger about 6 minutes ago. I don't remember if he had treads or not when he picked it up, so that is an issue.
Silent, I'm out.
Razor continuing to mech up. They're not afraid of this team right now. Guy does have his ulti available, but is already backing off. They need to get Nature's Prophet and Jug back here. Jug does have a TP, but wants to finish off this tower if he can, just so he can have his Ags for this next fight. They really need that at this point. And Tavo's gonna come in with a hoof stomp that catches everything. A double edge, and he's going to try to take everything else down, and should be able to. As the creeps begin to focus him, that return damage comes out, and it's getting pretty ridiculous there. Does deny the tower, and that's actually going to push Jug over the edge, as actually they are back up top. Jublu getting caught out right now. Is going to get used. A nice two-man coil there, and Jublu actually will dodge the damage from the Shadow Demon ulti because of it. A little Shadow Poison coming his way. K3 still standing strong, has the ulti up. They need to focus him down, and Guy just can't quite catch him to get a hit in. They do bring down Shadow Demon, and a slow coming in on Zai, as well as K3, who's still moving pretty fast. And Zai gonna just pop off as much ult as he can, and K3 getting caught out by the Juggernaut ulti. No Aghanim Scepter up yet. Brewmaster comes in and picks off the Skeleton King on the other end, but that's a 3-for-1 trade. Nature's Prophet now with the Blink Dagger will enhance his split push ability. And this is the Jubilee build on Nature's Prophet. He actually manages to find
Nature's Wrath.
War Runner there.
Warriors of the wood.
Very nicely done. Sorry I didn't catch that a little sooner. It looks like Centaur is either going AC or Shivas. Shivas would be very good to stop these heroes from chasing them so much. Leposa is a rather speedy fella with those phase boots and drum up to about 430 move speed at the moment. I do see the Aghanim Scepter coming out for him very soon. Although I believe he's still saving for buyback, which I think is a very wise decision at this point in the game. He needs to get the courier to actually bring him the rest of the stuff. Aegis getting reclaimed in just 3 minutes here. And they probably can find a way to use it in that time. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go for a Maelstrom either. That's been an item I've seen people pick up on Jug, that since his base attack time is lower, can really help him out. Does have 1700 in the bank. Is picking up another TP scroll as well. Or the same TP scroll. My mistake. And Shadow Demon now picking up a gem. Just to gain a bit of the map control back and shut the door on THD finding an opening in this game. Guy has been able to get a few levels up and is about 800 from his Blade Mail right now. do have a guy working on these creeps, though. And he will be a bit closer to his playmail now, about 600 away. The Poes are trying to use this healing ward to push in here. There could be a blink in from Centaur, though. He will get the tower and possibly get away with his life. Tavo looking for the opening, not quite finding it yet. And I'm not sure where that bassy noise came from. Huh. Puck actually coming out. He gets the silence off, but doesn't actually hit anything with it. Sky managing to BKB up from this. Jublu going to turn around and run. They do pick up the gem in the meantime. Juggernaut does not have an ulti available for another minute here, as he just used it. And actually a nice split off from the blue. The brew. And the Poser getting his stomp, hit with the double edge, and probably going to end up falling here. Does have the Aegis available, though. And it's a good thing he popped it then, because Roche, it was actually going to expire in about 40 seconds. A nice drain off on Leposa. He's going to throw out the healing ward, trying to help himself and Guy stay alive here. They're going to turn around and go after Guy. Leposa hoping to run away, and Guy's just going to TP away, he hopes. Won't quite get it, though. The Yule Scepter coming out from Razor, of all people. Going to bring him down. Looks like Wraith King will end up falling here. Juggernaut able to take down Brewmaster, though, and Vestius now dominating as he takes down Centaur as well. Juggernaut with 3,800 in the bank. I mean, new meta, you don't even farm for the first 2 minutes of the game, and then you come back in a big way when you get a 9-minute Midas. Very surprising, but very effective so far. I do like the fact that Razor did pick up the Yules. It gives him a bit more race car-esque stuff. He can also drain someone and then instantly Yules them afterwards, and the drain keeps going. Not to mention they have another way to stop these TPs. It's going to be a Deso out for Jug. The standard build, if you ignore the fact that he has a Midas as well. He actually won't have a slot for a TP at the moment, though. So, it's going to be an issue. Maelstrom coming up for Nature's Prophet right now. Bardo going ahead and hitting up these creeps in the jungle at the moment. (16-15) though, and THD beginning to really form a lead. KStars had a big lead here, but THD beginning to turn it around, holding on to their racks by a thread. And Juggernaut pretty quickly getting 6 slotted, it looks like. He's passed off the gem to Sky so he can carry that TP. There is an Ags up for Leshrac though, and this is where I begin to worry for THD. Leshrac level 13, Wraith King level 10, and the XP lead is definitely not going their way in the end. Actually, Wraith King has been able to catch up a bit, so it looks like I spoke too soon. And Juggernaut with the Midas is staying a little bit ahead of the cores of KStars, which is really what is carrying them through the game. It is the Juggernaut. Able to dish out that damage.
Invisibility.
See you guys talking about music in the chat, and there's a reason I keep my music low when I play. I don't think loud music really helps out playing wise. Let's go. TP is on the courier over here. Still a very close game, however, despite the lead that has been generated briefly by THD. Yuka managing to escape from Tavo here, and basically playing Puck very well, and that's just staying right out of reach of your enemy and taunting them like, "Hi, I'm right here. Can't you kill me? Oh, you can't? Well, that's too bad, bro. Really sorry about that."
Here I am.
Haste!
Well, looks like Bardo is going to be able to TP. No, he's not quite. Nature's Prophet still managed to pick him off. Jublu getting stunned up by the Earth Spirit there. And will end up falling, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. But THD losing their offlaner and probably one of their bigger DPS units right now. K3 though might get picked off on the top lane. He's going to get nailed by a Mystic Flare and an orb from Puck to finish him off, basically. Scarth now sitting on 1,300 gold. That's a mega kill streak for him. I'd definitely say THD's winning at the moment, however. I'm not sure where it's going to end up going. 2,700 gold up for the Juggernaut. It's the point where I'd get some boots of travel at least. If not another big item. Something like an AC could be very good for him, which will amplify the physical damage from his team as well. We do have that Blade Mail up on Guy for a while now, and I think he's saving toward a Blink Dagger. That's generally what we see on Wraith King at this point of the game. For Vestius, it could be pretty much anything at this point. Puck sitting about 800 gold short of the Sheepstick at the moment. He's going to be nuking down a creep wave as Sky does the same on the other side of the river. And once again, do want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. And hope that you will all be back tomorrow for our grand final. A best of 3 series between CMB Esports Club and the winner of this very match. We will also have our third place decider match, which a lot of prize money hangs in the balance. That's going to be Isris up against the loser of this match. Isris being narrowly defeated there by CMB earlier today. K3 will be continuing to farm right about now. I actually do have the courier ready to deploy some smoke. It's a 420 gank it. Actually, I'm going to start using that one. Actually, Jublu realizing, hey, Roche is up, guys. We should totally do this. They're going to smoke up, though. They're actually going to let Jublu take care of Roche alone as they go off and try to either gank or push a tower. Possibly looking to pick off someone like the Shadow Demon here. Not even touching the rune because they know how dangerous that can be. There actually is going to be a ping out on the Roche pit. I'm assuming they can see the Maelstrom proccing through the fog there. And actually THD gonna look to go in on Zai right now. He'll get silenced up, coiled up as well. No coil on the Centaur actually, and Jublu gonna TP out right now. It was a bait toward the Roche pit, and Nature's Prophet going to take out Leshrac in the end. He will get hit by a big plasma field, and the Razor actually isn't quite going down, so the Poser here who will get slowed. Sky coming in with a split. We've got Guy. He's dropping pretty low, but he does have that ulti available. He's instead going to get tornadoed up as the Poser just gets taken down. No slow to help bail him out of the fight. He is going to Blade Mail up here and hopefully get away. If he can blink fast enough, he will be able to blink away. He's going to try to TP, and he won't be able to make it. The Purge with the tornado there going to take him down. It's not looking too great for THD at this point. They end up trading 2 for 2, but lose 2 very tanky heroes for 2 very squishy ones. And you'd think if they're trading, they at least want to take down a core, and they weren't able to do that at all right now. Meanwhile, Puck with the Sheepstick up. Actually is in the pit now. Jublu going ahead and sprouting him. And I like how he waits a second there just to make sure Roche is trapped in the trees for a second and really can't dish out any deeps before turning those treants in, especially once you've got multiple points up in Sprout. I think that's a great idea. Rather than just Sprout, Treants, go. It lets you get a bit more safe DPS off, that you're not taking hits on your HP for that. Vestius is going to continue to harass him out with the Arcane Bolt as well. He doesn't have that much mana regen, but just from his natural end, he's actually got 3.3 mana per second, so... Looks like Jublu, again, will be taking the Aegis here. He's going to TP back to base real quick, but does have that global TP as well to get anywhere around the map. And I'd agree, Lesh definitely needs to think about a pipe here. And I'm not sure he's too concerned with it. He has sold one of those braces. There will be a charge out from Centaur trying to find Jublu, who will actually throw the Sprout, throw the ulti as well. He's got 10 seconds on his TP out, though. He actually will end up falling here. There's going to be a TP away from Bardo. He's afraid of the Nature Man. And Wraith King disconnected from the game. It's a very awkward spot to pause in. And that's been kind of the story of the day. If you're just joining us. Again, guys, I'm SP Revolution 5. I really appreciate you guys coming out this evening. If you would go ahead and hit that follow button if you haven't done so yet. And don't forget about tomorrow's games. The grand final as well as the third place decider. Sorry if my casting is getting a little lackluster. I am exhausted and starving at this point. It's pretty much the best way to put it. But appreciate you guys bearing with me in the meantime. Again, I'm SP Revolution 5. You can find me on twitch.tv/SP Revolution 5 and Facebook.com/SP Revolution 5 Dota. Do appreciate the new likes coming out today as well.
Pull roots and run.
Looks like Zai is going ahead and farming up a little bit with the ulti there. Doesn't have a great mana pool at this point. And wants to get something like a Bloodstone, but also a pipe would be very useful for him as well. It's going to be a Ghost Scepter. Opening him up to more damage from the Skywrath Mage. We saw this from fullback against CMB earlier today, and it really showed off why Ghost Scepter is becoming a really bad item against the Skywrath, period. He's like, oh, extra magic damage? Don't mind if I do. And then nukes you, and you're just dead at that point. He's already got a 45% bonus magic damage, making it a potential 85% bonus magic damage overall. And that could really hurt. Nature's Prophet actually trying to blink away here. Will actually manage to silence up Tavo and then just TP away. No stomp for you, bro. Actually, as he finally does stomp, it actually explodes a creep wave at this point. Doing a good chunk of damage. She already set him up with the Shiva's Guard, I believe. Juggernaut actually picked up a Manta style right now. Big Nature's Prophet ulti coming out, but Jubilu is going to get drained out here and doesn't have any TP available. He actually is going to get killed by Razor in the end there. The ulti doing a lot of damage. And I believe that's Razor's BKB completed at this point. Nature's Prophet still sitting about 1100 from a Shadow Blade. The one upside, though, against the Jug of the Ghost Scepter is that you're going to be able to dodge his ulti and stay alive through a fight. The only problem is they've got a double-edged sword. Pun completely intended if you take it that way. You dodge Judge's ulti, but you take more damage from Skywrath's ulti. And either way there, you're dead. They've got a really great team, though, to do this with. You'd have to have a BKB and a Ghost Scepter to really block all that ulti damage, and then you're investing a lot of gold in just living a little longer. Here. You actually have to do it in the correct order so that you BKB'd and then Ghost Sceptered, as I believe BKB itself would dispel the Ghost form. Okay, so you're going to get caught out right now with the ulti from Skywrath, but there's a clap and a split in from the Brewmaster. Guy trying to fall in the right spot here. Does manage to catch a few, and there's going to be a pause right now. Are you joking? This is the most tactical pause I have ever seen. And I'm going to go and look at ping. Yeah, I don't see anything ping-wise that suggests we should pause here. I'm going to go ahead and question this a lot. Guy moves forward. There's a charge out from Centaur, and they're able to take him down. Laposa trying to survive here is going to get just lifted up in the air. Yuka, with that sheep stick, should be able to do some damage. He is actually going to end up falling. Does have a buyback, though. Same with Guy, but they don't want to spin it if they don't have to. Puck will end up spinning it, actually. Laposa going ahead and making illusions of himself, which actually the Shatter Poison transfers over to those. They are going to go ahead and attempt to TP out. A stun from Leshrac stopping a Juggernaut illusion from engaging there. And they are going to hopefully find Zai, who doesn't have a TP, but don't believe they'll be able to see him. And actually a blink forward from Jublu. He's going to go Scepter, but I don't believe that's going to save his life at all. He doesn't use this TP, though, which keeps him up. It's a very nice thing for him to still have on his person at the moment, so.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, we do have Nature's Prophet going ahead, picking up the sheep stick as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, actually, Razor going ahead and trying to grab out Guy, and he's going to be able to take him down as well. K3 actually getting the deny on the tower. Ulti's still going here. That is a little more map control for THD. They haven't had any of their tier 2 towers up in quite a while. Still not exactly sure what that pause was at the racks up top. That really felt like a tactical pause. And actually, Bardo gonna get hit with the coil right there, and we'll get taken down by Juggernaut in return. No buyback up on him. Puck with the double damage rune bottled up. Really think Laposa could have used that, but no big deal. Jublu gonna leap forward. He will get the sprout off on K3, and actually a sheep stick as well. He's gonna get force staffed out by Tavo, though. Juggernaut coming in and trying to just split his damage between the two here. They actually will bounce back to the creep wave. And not take that much. Vestius actually unstoppable as he picks off Leshrac on the other side of the map. Laposa going to go ahead and Blade Fury TP, spin and win. Coming out right now. Well, Jublu actually trying to TP away, and he will get used up, and he's probably going to end up falling here. No buyback available for him. Meanwhile, Puck getting jumped on by Tavo. Will manage to throw the orb and get away to it. Very nicely played by him. Take a look at our net worth graph. We do have THD with the lead. Same with XP. However, KStars still with quite the advantage here. Roche respawning relatively soon. Not exactly sure how long. We'll find out in just a moment. It looks like it's about 1 minute and 20 seconds. So, a little less than half of the possible respawn time. Or the extra respawn time, you know.
Long may you be remembered.
Centaur getting earned up. He actually appears to be going for either a Sheepstick or possibly even a Lincoln's at this point. There's other options, of course, but those are the only two that make much sense. You're going to see Leshrac continue to be farming. He uses his ult for this, and actually he's going for a BKB at this point, so he's going for that pretty much invulnerable build. Up against both the Skywrath and Juggernaut ultis. First arm respawning in about 10 seconds. And Brute trying to blink after him. They're not actually going to find Guy there, who is going to be a little bit cheeky in the trees. He actually has a Blade of Alacrity up here. It could be a Diffusal Blade, which doesn't make much sense.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Laposa actually going ahead and pressuring this tower. There is a canceled TP there. Laposa is just going to spin and win out. Has got an illusion still on the tower. And meanwhile, Vestius picking off Leshrac once again. No buyback up on him this time, though. And Jug's sitting on 7k gold at this point. And they're going to start to go after Roche. Here, I'm still confused as to what Guy is actually building with that Blade of Alacrity. It could be a
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Thing. Manta or Yasha. Or something. Guy actually healing up rather quickly with that healing ward there and the lifesteal. They'll actually be able to do quite a lot of damage to Roche here. Wouldn't be too surprised to see Laposa sell his Midas. Instead, it'll be Nature's picking up the Aegis. There's Cheese. There. What do we do with Cheese? We drop the TP. A very risky move for a Juggernaut. And we pick up the Cheese. I mean, it'd have to be a Sange and Yasha, just a Yasha, a Manta Style, or a Diffusal Blade, right?
Invisibility.
I mean, the Ag Scepter is a possibility, but I don't think it's a very good idea, seeing as Wraith King's Ags does nothing. It is a Diffusal coming out for him in about 100 gold from now. MKB up for Jug as well, as he has sold his Midas at this point. Does a good chunk of physical damage, seeing as now he can't miss. And he also attacks every 0.53 seconds, just a little under twice a second, it looks like, for him. Not to mention he has Cheese and a buyback if he needs it. I'm kind of surprised he didn't buy Boost of Travel there at all. But yeah, he's a hero who, I mean, attack speed works on him. And Monkey Kimbar does give you a little bit of attack speed as well, so he is going to go after this Rax right now. Still has a Manta split if he wants it. Might be using it very soon. He's actually going to just spin and hope to run here. Still having that Cheese available. Sky will get hexed up here. He actually just bought back, and he's going to die right now. But GG gets called from Sky. Centaur bought back, but I don't think there's much they can do. It looks like the game will be over here, as KStars are leading right now. They've given up, not even going to give this fight a chance to take effect, and I honestly think they could have won it if they'd all committed to it. But unfortunately, that doesn't look to be the case, as THD will be able to do it.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So they canceled the GG, or someone on the team did.
Radiant's middle
And that is going to be it. THD will be going to your grand final to face against Pain, Swag, CNB, whatever you call them. Tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. I should be joined by Rednessa Dota as they take the Ancient down right now. Still not sure what that Diffusal Wraith King was for, but a great game, a great series, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'm SB Revolution 5. Check me out on Twitter and Twitch at SB Revolution 5. Facebook is SB Revolution 5 Dota. And thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great night. I might be back later with some Sims or something. So hit that follow button before you leave. And see you guys later. Crap, I keep forgetting to end the YouTube.